Now, let me lay down the explanation here. King Sparrow Isle has two different versions depending on if you have low chaos or high chaos in the playthrough. Because this is the last level. Alright, we're here, everybody. Yeah! Alright. First of all, King Sparrow Island's kind of a small level. It's over pretty quickly, all things considered. Kind of surprising. But, I mean, there is not much left to do in the game other than go find Havelock and kick his ass. So, the weird thing is, King Sparrow Island, I said, low chaos, high chaos are completely different. Well, not completely different. It's still the same level. But there's a lot more security at King Sparrow Island in high chaos, and it takes place at night. If you're doing it low chaos, like I am, it takes place during the day, but the loading screen still shows it taking place at night. Now, I played through this game with high chaos before. It looks way better when it's set at night, because I'm gonna show you the mission when I go past this loading screen when it's set during like the midday in this, and it looks so weird for a final level, especially like a stealth game. But yeah, whatever. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But also, in high chaos, King Sparrow Island has something near the center of it that I prefer to low chaos. I think it's really like one of the big things that being super lethal has going for it, just this interaction at the end of the game. And it's really not that big of an interaction, but I'll let you know when we get to the point where there would be something. But in low chaos, there's nothing in its place. So, through here.
This is it, sir. I suspect Havelock Martin and Lord Pendleton landed there a while ago and went into the lighthouse. Knowing them, they're not giving up without a fight. I remember hearing the Admiral and Martin talking about this place as where they'd hold up if they had to. Anybody going in has to breach the fort and the gatehouse, and there's only one way to the top. All I can say is that it's been a pleasure serving with you. Maybe after all this is settled, we'll see each other again. Good luck, Corvo. If anyone deserves it, you do. Give my best to Emily. After she's on the throne, she won't have time for an old man like me. I knew you were sharp, Corvo. But somehow you managed to get through all this mess without losing sight of what really matters. For that, I respect you. The city's gonna pull itself up, I believe. Too many good people here to let it all turn to ashes. I'd best be going. The battlefield's no place for an old sailor like me. That time is long past. Good luck, my friend.
Alright, that's the last interaction with Samuel for the game. What he says to you at the end depends on your chaos level. Low, medium-ish, and high chaos have different interactions, and in the highest chaos possible, he basically berates you and calls you a psychopath, which is kind of weird. One of the main problems with the high chaos route is that the plot doesn't make any sense, really, because Corvo is a nutjob who kills basically everyone he sees. That's kind of how getting high chaos works. It's pretty easy to get low chaos, all things considered, but Samuel, for whatever reason, in high chaos, still, you know, has to ferry you from place to place. He's part of the plot as much as he is a character, and part of the game mechanics. So even though he doesn't like you at all, and it's obvious he voices his opinions on you at least twice throughout the high chaos route, he still has to bring you place to place, and it's just kind of odd. But as an interesting bonus, in the highest chaos possible, while Samuel's here and he berates you for being a psychopathic murderer, he fires his pistol into the air before he leaves to let all the guards know you're here, which is kind of funny. Alright, this is a pretty straightforward area. Yep. It's a guard tower? I should handle that first. kind of hard to see because of how bright it is. If it was set during the night, this wouldn't be a problem. Why isn't it set during a night on both areas? There's a wall of light that way. We can get to the beachside entrance, and that is definitely what I'll do. It's pretty interesting, this beachside. Oh, and you have these little gun turret bunkers. There are hatches on the bottom with gear. Hi. Hope I can make it in time. Come on. Come on. Okay. Whew. I'm really glad that guy wasn't so suspicious of his friend deactivating that arc pylon. I mean, to be honest, if I had to work next to that, I'd be glad if it just kind of broke down. I'd want it to be turned off, too. Alright. So, because we're in low chaos, the security here is actually kind of light. It's no Dunwall Tower, that's for sure. What's this connect to? Oh. Okay, might as well deactivate that. Oh, that's my way in. No, wait. Okay, well, now I don't have to worry about hiding him because his friend is out. Come with me. I honestly wish the security here was pretty tight, like in low chaos, because it's almost boring. It's a weird complaint for the security. I wish it was harder to get through here, but in high chaos, this area, this whole level, I guess, is more interesting. Makes me think that they probably designed it to be high chaos in the first place. You know, just as like a single level, but then they decided, oh, well, what if your chaos level changed the whole last level in a dramatic way? And maybe they designed the pacifist kind of area that I'm in right now later.
Stupid god.
Right? Man, strong arms is a good bone charm. Imagine if I picked this up earlier. Can't close it back. Okay. Is there any runes here? No, just one? Okay. Anyway. It's a bit of a shame, but Dishonored games kinda always have a pretty weak final level. This one has really cool elements to it. I think Dishonored 2's final level is probably one of the weakest levels in the whole series, like dead full stop. Thank God. Okay. But this one, it's interesting. At the very least, like, this is an entirely unique area. It's like a military installation fort lighthouse in the middle of an island. So it presents a unique challenge. That is, well, military installations are built to be impenetrable. Yep. Nice. Gatehouse drainage? Powers. I will just kill people. I don't really plan on killing people. So, since this is the last level, let's just get vitality up maximum. Here we go. Look, I have a little pip at the bottom, or the top of my health bar now. And also I regenerate health a bit better. if I ever lose it. But I don't plan on getting hurt. Ow. To my head. Oh! Okay.
Gotta be here somewhere.
An overseer.
I know something. Keep skulking around. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Okay. Shoot. Okay. All right. And he's in half now. Wait, where'd the top of him go? Okay, well, I guess that's just one of Dishonored's great mysteries. Alright. Take that. So, when I get to the top of this staircase, I'll tell you the high chaos difference that I really wish was kept in. Ooh, and, by the way, I had to use a spring razor there, although I guess I could have chosen not to. But it was very convenient at the time. In Dishonored 2, they add a mine that's non-lethal, and I really like it. I think it's called the Arc Mine. It's one of the funnest things in the game, because it's less of like a mine and more of just like a stationary zap, you're unconscious kind of deal, and then it runs out of power and then it's done. Right. Ouch. I got hit by those little spikes. Control room key, spiritual remedy, money. Excerpt from a recent historical work on King Sparrow Island. Middle Wrenhaven River and up through the previous century, it is only used by fishermen for occasional religious ceremonies. During the time of Morley insurrection, a fort and naval dock were added to the island as a means of protecting the city from attacks by sea. In the time of the Rat Plague crisis, shortly after the tragic death of the Empress, Dunwall's acting regent Hiram Burroughs commissioned the construction of a modernized military installation and lighthouse on the island. Yes, so this place is literally a safe house. And you can see why Hiram and the other... No, Hiram? That was the Lord Regent. Now you can see why Havelock and the other loyalist conspirators decided to run here when they found out that I maybe wasn't dead. I mean, Corvo's probably the scariest person in the world right now. I mean, you kidnapped the person who... You've kidnapped the daughter of the person who you've been sending out killing for a whole rebellious campaign. It's gonna spell bad for you. Okay, so here's what is most interesting about the High Chaos route. In High Chaos, this entire area is occupied. Down there, it's occupied by High Overseers. And I believe up here, this wall is actually broken. Like a chunk of it is exploded outwards. And in the hole behind it is Pendleton. And down there, in charge of the Overseers, is Martin. And they're basically just shouting insults at each other. Pendleton's been shot in the gut and he's bleeding out back here, but he's just hiding in this like little bunker and taking pot shots down there at the Overseers. And Martin's just screaming at him, calling him a huge coward. It's one of my favorite interactions in the game, and I wish I could show you, but I don't know if I have any like saves of High Chaos King Sparrow Island that I could display. So if you'd like to see it, maybe just look up some gameplay of High Chaos King Sparrow Island. But you'll see that the Loyalist conspiracy very quickly falls apart in High Chaos, and they immediately start killing each other, and Havelock's the only guy who actually made it to the lighthouse. They aren't here in Low Chaos because they're... Well, I guess you'll see what happened to them.
Hey, another night, another patrol with you.
Yeah. But I kind of wish that it was kept this way. The High Chaos way, I mean. Yep. Okay. Okay, ooh, that was tricky. I'll just take the bottom route. This is a pretty easy route to get around it. Kind of makes you question why the arc pylon's even there. Try to kill as few of these soldiers as possible. They're all just being lied to by Havelock anyways.
I don't need shit from you.
Excuse me. Ah. This is the elevator to get to the top. Is there anything up here? You don't really need the key to get inside. It's kind of a non-door, but let's head up. Loading screen's still in nighttime. I wish it was set in nighttime. I'm sorry. I'm complaining at the very end of the game. I like a good level at the top of a tower. Being so high up, oh, it's cool. Makes everything you do feel important, right? Because if you fall, then you, splat. You turn into a human puddle. So now I'm going to show you a fun trick that I learned from Stealth Gamer BR. Now, he has a lot of Dishonored videos on his channel, and he's one of the reasons why I love Dishonored so much. He's one of my favorite YouTubers out there. He just posts these incredible videos of him pushing Dishonored to its absolute maximum limit with the creativity that he gets through. And when he played through this level, I've seen it before, he uses this interesting trick, and I'm going to show it off for you. But seriously, once you're done watching this Let's Play, please go look up Stealth Gamer BR and watch his videos. They are incredible. So, here's the trick.
That might be where...
I can appreciate the audacity of just immediately going for a pee off the world's tallest tower or whatever. I would do it too. But whenever a guard sees you and is alerted to you, he takes a step back as just a necessary baked-in animation. And because of that, you can make him kerplunk. Hey. Come here.
Hey, you don't look so...
Yeah, sick. You good?
Such a clever. The talent's wasted until it's found. Holistic nursery. Bitter Pierre, dejected from his better. Samuel, a useless old man, hungry for purpose. Couldn't be with us tonight.
Me, unjustly dismissed from the Navy over an affair of honor. My friends, the times we've had. I'm almost sorry this moment has come. Our enemies have fallen. We've put an empress on the throne who will take years to grow up. And by the time she does, she'll be ours. She's young. Emily the First could reign for 60, 70 years if she's kept safe. Oh, what we could do in that time. Look how much we've changed the city already. The golden age is coming. And no one will ever know what I had to do for it. You won't tell, will you? This is all Martin's fault. If we hadn't helped him. Did you think I'd fight you, Corvo? Sorry to disappoint. This is yours. The key to Emily's cell. She'll be glad to see you. You made quite an impression on her. Did you know that? She asked about you constantly. Where you were, what you'd been doing. I told her. In the end, I told her everything. From the start, when we had such noble goals in mind, to the end, when we were afraid, fighting in secrecy about who we could trust and who we had to kill. Arguing over who would act as new Lord Regent. And she listened, eyes wide. She's become an interesting girl. If she lives, she'll make a memorable empress. Go ahead. Kill me or take me to Coldridge Prison. Make your choice. She'll be watching.
Alright. So, Havelock at this point has basically given up. He's killed off these two other guys, kind of in a fit of paranoia. And now that Corvo's actually here, he knows he's dead. So, but I can choose not to kill him and just try and take the key. Oh, but he goes for it anyways, doesn't he? Classic Havelock. That is one of my favorite special animations in the game. Ugh. Sorry, guy. Yeah.
Who is that? Admiral Havelock? If
Oh.
you don't let me out, I'm going to make you stand in a corner until you learn how to behave. Corvo! I knew you'd come. Is it going to be okay now? Will I be Empress?
Mm-hmm. There we go. All right. And now, for a conclusion.
So ends the interregnum, and now Emily Caldwin the First will take her mother's throne after a season of turmoil. You will stand at her side, Corvo, guiding her young mind and protecting her from those who seek to exploit her or cause her harm. You watched and listened when other men would have shouted in rage. You held back instead of striking. So it is, with the passing of the plague and Emily's ascension, comes a golden age, brought about by your hand.
As Callista and Captain Kurnow. So the outsider narrates this kind of ending that's shown to you through these little dioramas in the void, and I really like this.
Decades hence, when your hair turns white and you pass from this world, Empress Emily, Emily the Wise, at the height of her power, will lay your body down within her mother's great tomb, because you are more to her than royal protector. Farewell, Corvo.
Yep, that's Dishonored 1. One of my favorite games. I'm so glad I got to do this Let's Play. Ah. Okay. Thank you for sticking around if you have to see the final episode of this Let's Play. What you hear right now is a song made specifically for this game. It's called Honor for All, and I believe it's by Daniel Licht, who did the soundtrack for this entire game. I really like this song. It's on my Spotify playlist. I have a lot of fun with it. And of course, it has interesting credits. I love it when games do this. They put art on the credits, and it kind of implies what happens after you finish the final mission. Or I guess this is just overall environmental art. Oh look, there's more Sullivan, the torturer guy. Anyways, God, this game's cool. I friggin'... Oh, Dishonored! I hope when you watch this whole thing, you found it cool too. And then you go watch Stealth Gamer Brazil, Stealth Gamer BR, and you watch his High Chaos Dishonored gameplay, and you go, holy shit, that guy's awesome. Because as much as I would like to play like that guy does, A, I am not nearly as good as that guy, and B, it's High Chaos, because all the stuff he does. Like, you can't do nearly as many interesting things if you want to not kill everyone. So, not to say that playing through low chaos isn't fun, it's just when you stop time, possess a guy, and then make him walk into the path of a bullet that he just fired. It's cool! It kills the guy, but it's freaking awesome, and I love it. Ugh. So, Oh, right. There's one more thing I want to say. Dishonored 1 Let's Play? It's not over. There are 2 DLCs for this game, and I think you're gonna like them. I'm going straight from this final episode into the start of the next DLC. The DLCs for this game, there are a lot of missions in them that I like better than the main game. They're so well put together, and I don't want to spoil the setting. I'll show you when I get into that in the episode where I start it, but you don't play as Corvo. And I'm excited to jump back into it because, yeah, I played through Dishonored 1 normal plenty of times, but I've only played through the DLCs once because I bought them later when they were at a cheap price. This series is friggin'... I'm so excited because after I do the 2 DLCs for this game, and the 2 DLCs are really more like one big DLC because they lead directly into each other. And then Dishonored 2... and I'm excited to revisit Dishonored 2 because I feel like there's so many things that I didn't interact with in Dishonored 2. It's very easy in these games to play through it very minimally. Like, you can play through this game using basically only Blink and Dark Vision, and it's not exactly hard. But the fun comes from creativity and, like, doing things unusually and improvising on the fly. And Dishonored 2 has incredible level design if you give it how do I phrase this? It has incredible level design if you play loose with it. If you just go from hiding spot to hiding spot, the levels are maybe not as interesting as Dishonored 1. Like, just in the basic foundations of them, but in the settings and the artistic representation and the aesthetic and everything. Oh, the art style develops so much from Dishonored 1 to Dishonored 2, and I'm excited. The only thing I'm dreading is in the eventual Dishonored 2 playthrough is that I think it runs really bad. I'm smushing my face while I talk because I'm sad about this. There are certain missions in Dishonored 2 that just, like, the frame rate poops its pants or something. I don't know. Bethesda was weird with it. And then Dishonored Death of the Outsider, which is the sequel to that. And basically, I think the final game in the Dishonored franchise, as it's called, Dishonored Death of the Outsider. You'll see what happens in that. But thank you so much for sticking around, and have a good day. Okay, this is bad. I'm going to try this again. I got shot in the friggin' head. Okay. I think that I'm the crazy guy here, just because I've been going around murdering people. Ooh!